Walter Sisulu University was formed in 2005 after the merger of Border Technikon, Eastern Cape Technikon and University of Transkei. With over 30,000 students and approximately 1,800 staff that study and work across 4 campuses in Mthatha, Butterworth, Buffalo City and Komani. The university is uniquely positioned for impact. By its location and its character as a comprehensive university, WSU is strategically located to respond to local and national development needs through its research, community engagement, and over 170 academic program offerings. Because of the university's location and market, it has assumed the role of being a gateway institution for the large population of rural youngsters in the province. Many of these students have gone on to be world-class leaders in various industries. 2021 ushered in a new dawn with the inauguration of the university's first female vice-chancellor and principal, Professor Rushila Nolundi Songca. Armed with a new strategic plan and a Vision 2030, she is set to take the university to new heights. The university's philosophy is encapsulated in the vision, mission, purpose statement, and core values. The vision is to be an impactful, technology-infused African university. Through its core business, WSU responds to societal needs in ethical, scholarly, sustainable, and entrepreneurial ways, and delivers future-ready graduates. In pursuit of excellence, Walter Sisulu University addresses societal challenges by producing relevant, innovative, and impactful research, championing sustainable and just development, and graduating versatile individuals. In pursuit of excellence, 9 strategic goals are defined and pursued under this institutional strategic plan. One of those goals is to develop state-of-the-art infrastructure. Significant progress has been made in infrastructure development in the recent past. Buffalo City campus has 7 delivery sites across the city. Over the recent past, refurbishments have been made to residences and other buildings in an effort to improve the teaching and learning and living conditions of students. The campus also boasts a one-of-a-kind Phyllis Ntantala collaborative library, which the Walter Sisulu University shares with other universities. This high-tech, aesthetically pleasing facility truly embraces the technology-infused aspect of our vision because it hosts digital resources. Major construction is underway at Butterworth campus with a brand new faculty building going up and set for completion by the end of 2022. The building will accommodate lecture rooms and offices. Residence refurbishments are ongoing and students will soon occupy upgraded rooms. The campus also recently completed the sewer reticulation system and student village upgrades, and the Imika water supply project is under construction. The Komani campus has 2 delivery sites located in Queenstown and Whittlesea. Although it is the smallest of the university's 4 campuses, its contribution is notable. In recent years, some renovations and major construction have been completed. Mthatha campus is the biggest of the 4 campuses with 3 delivery sites in Mthatha, namely Fort Gale, Nelson Mandela Drive, and Zamukulungisa. Mthatha campus recently completed construction and refurbishments of the Health Sciences Clinical Skills Laboratory, a state-of-the-art hospital simulation, the Nelson Mandela Drive site in Service Road, and the Center for Entrepreneurship Rapid Incubator. The construction are Zamukulungisa Computer Laboratory, Science Block, East Teaching Mall, Small Enterprise Development Center for Agricultural Business, bulk infrastructure upgrades which include roads, water storage, and water reticulation and sewer system, and marine biology laboratory upgrades. While there is still much to be done to achieve the goal of infrastructure development as set out in Vision 2030, the university is proud of the progress made. With continued support, collaboration and funds, the university will transform its infrastructure to meet world standard. Walter Sisulu University, a university in pursuit of excellence. Walter Sisulu University was formed in 2005 after the merger of Border Technikon, Eastern Cape Technikon and University of Transkei. With over 30,000 students and approximately 1,800 staff that study and work across 4 campuses in Mthatha, Butterworth, Buffalo City and Komani. The university is uniquely positioned for impact. By its location and its character as a comprehensive university, WSU is strategically located to respond to local and national development needs through its research, community engagement, and over 170 academic program offerings. Because of the university's location and market, it has assumed the role of being a gateway institution for the large population of rural youngsters in the province. Many of these students have gone on to be world-class leaders in various industries. 2021 ushered in a new dawn with the inauguration of the university's first female vice-chancellor and principal, Professor Rushila Nolundi Songca. Armed with a new strategic plan and a Vision 2030, she is set to take the university to new heights. The university's philosophy is encapsulated in the vision, mission, purpose statement, and core values. The vision is to be an impactful, technology-infused African university. Through its core business, WSU responds to societal needs in ethical, scholarly, sustainable, and entrepreneurial ways, and delivers future-ready graduates. In pursuit of excellence, Walter Sisulu University addresses societal challenges by producing relevant, innovative, and impactful research, championing sustainable and just development, and graduating versatile individuals. In pursuit of excellence, 9 strategic goals are defined and pursued under this institutional strategic plan. One of those goals is to develop state-of-the-art infrastructure. Significant progress has been made in infrastructure development in the recent past. Buffalo City campus has 7 delivery sites across the city. Over the recent past, refurbishments have been made to residences and other buildings in an effort to improve the teaching and learning and living conditions of students. The campus also boasts a one-of-a-kind Phyllis Ntantala collaborative library, which the Walter Sisulu University shares with other universities. This high-tech, aesthetically pleasing facility truly embraces the technology-infused aspect of our vision because it hosts digital resources. Major construction is underway at Butterworth campus with a brand new faculty building going up and set for completion by the end of 2022. The building will accommodate lecture rooms and offices. Residence refurbishments are ongoing and students will soon occupy upgraded rooms. The campus also recently completed the sewer reticulation system and student village upgrades, and the Inika water supply project is under construction. The Komani campus has 2 delivery sites located in Queenstown and Whittlesea. Although it is the smallest of the university's 4 campuses, its contribution is notable. In recent years, some renovations and major construction have been completed. Mthatha campus is the biggest of the 4 campuses with 3 delivery sites in Mthatha, namely Fort Gale, Nelson Mandela Drive, and Zamukulungisa. Mthatha campus recently completed construction and refurbishments of the Health Sciences Clinical Skills Laboratory, a state-of-the-art hospital simulation, the Nelson Mandela Drive site in Service Road, and the Center for Entrepreneurship Rapid Incubator. The construction are Zamukulungisa Computer Laboratory, Science Block, East Teaching Mall, Small Enterprise Development Center for Agricultural Business, bulk infrastructure upgrades which include roads, water storage, and water reticulation and sewer system, and marine biology laboratory upgrades. While there is still much to be done to achieve the goal of infrastructure development as set out in Vision 2030, the university is proud of the progress made. With continued support, collaboration, and funds, the university will transform its infrastructure to meet world standard. Walter Sisulu University, a university in pursuit of excellence.
by virtue of the powers vested in me as the acting Vice Chancellor and Principal of Walter Sisulu University, I declare this congregation open for the conferring of degrees and awarding of diplomas and certificates. You may be seated.
Madam Vice Chancellor, the DVCs, the campus rectors, the deans, the academic staff, support staff, the graduates, the parents, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all. As you know that language policy iyandithuma into yoba ndithethe olunye ulwimi ngoku kuba iilwimi ze-university lesikuyo zimbaxa. Uyawundixolela ke ongandivayo ekusene befumene olunye ulwimi ngoku sibuyela kolwenkobe. Yincwadi kaIsaya ichapter ngu-53 54 ivesi ngunumber 17. Zonke izixhobo ezikhandelwe ukulwa nawe aziyi kuba nampumelelo. Zonke iilwimi ezimelene nawe ematyaleni uya kuzigweba. Lilo elo ilifa labakhonzi bakaYehova nobulungisa babo obuphuma kum, utsho uYehova. Ndizawuniqinisekisa bantakwethu ukuthi uqhawukile umgibe, sasinda ke thina. Ndizawuthi kuni, Ndluyako wethu, undikhoyo ungecala. Isijongile inkosi, akukho sixhobo esikhangelwe thina esiyawuphumelela. Kungekho nalizwi elithunyelweyo eliyakusimisa kwiinkundla zamatyala. Ndifuna uthi xa uphuma apha uphuma unawuzazi, uthi xa uphuma apha uphuma unawuziqonda, xa uphuma apha uphume unedinga noNkulunkulu. Ubusithembisile wathi angeke asishiye, wathi angeke asiyekele. Ezo zizithembiso asinikeze zona kuba unguThixo wamadinga, kuba unguThixo wabazali bethu. Akanawusishiya namhlanje nalo idinga esiza nalo. Sithi akukho sixhobo esikhangelwe wena esiyawuphumelela. Sithi akho lizwi elinokumelana nawe, kutsho ukuthanda kukaYehova. Masikhobeni intloko sithandaze. Uyinzulu yasimanga, uyinzulu yemfihlakalo. UngokaThixo wena unyana, uhlala kwithwane yosiko nobabalo, unamandla unobunganga. Thixo wethu onamandla, sitheneneni uqhawukile umgibe, sasinda ke thina. Ububungenathi Nkosi, ngeke uba siphelele endleleni, kodwa usithwele kuba unguqalabe libanzi. Ungumnini mandla onke, uyinqaba, ungumphembe ophefela, kuba unguThixo sinakekelayo. Unaya limahasuya likhashina limahasuya, zini mangazuya likhelezi limahasuya, ila mahashuna nilehesiya likhashuna limahasuya. Siyabonga nzulu yemfihlakalo. Xa bekhothi kobephika amakhaya usibapheleke mnini mandla onke. Sithi zonke izabatha zongendawo siziyolela egameni likaYesu. Siqhawula imigibe, siqhawula yonke into enomelana nabo. Sithi umoya wendlala usukile emakhaya ngokungena kwabo. Sithi Thixo wethu onamandla, labuya ikhaya, labuya ithemba kubazali babo. Thixo wethu onamandla onke, wena uthembekile. Uthe nayiphi esiyicela ezantsi emhlabeni uyawusenzela ekhaya. Uzuke imbeko, ubukhosi nobuhandiba sibubuyisela kuwe njengoThixo egameni likaKristu Yesu. Amen.
Good afternoon. Let me try again. Good afternoon. Molweni. Ninjani. Ndiyaphila nami. Masiyari. Dumelang. Likai. On behalf of our Vice Chancellor and Principal of Walter Sisulu University, Professor Rushila Songa, it is indeed an honor for me to give a welcome address for the class of October 2022 graduates. Let me start by acknowledging the presence of the following all members of council. I see Dr. Mantashe, members, representatives of different labor formations, the Reverend Nokuchwa, all staff members of WSU, SRC, and all students, led by their president, family members, and all honored guests, and to all graduates, class of 2022 October. I welcome you all to this auspicious occasion. It is that time of the year where we come together to celebrate our achievement through hard work. As Malcolm X said, open quotes, education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today, close quote. We have prepared for our future, and this is why we are celebrating today. We worked so hard, we travailed, and the journey was not easy. But yes, here we are today celebrating. Look at yourself and pat yourself on your back, appreciating what you have achieved. Walter Sisulu as well, Walter Sisulu University, has also embarked on a journey that is preparing for her own future, a journey which is in pursuit of excellence, a journey to achieve the 2030 strategy, a journey to become an impactful, technology-infused African university. And to all our staff members, let's draw from each other. Let's draw our positive energy as we build the Walter Sisulu University so that the university can reach her destination. Let's embrace our diversity. As Malcolm Forbes said, open quotes, diversity, the art of thinking independently together, close quote. As we think independently together, we will be able to build our university. We'll be able to build Walter Sisulu. And as we walk around, visit every campus, visit every stakeholder, we want to say to you, give us your constructive feedback so that we rationalize and consolidate our university in such a way that we are able to reach our vision or our strategy 2030. At the end, we will sit down as a university, as a people, as a community, and be proud of the product that we all have produced. I want to say to our graduates, you have made us proud. You have achieved. Don't settle for less. Those who are graduating their first degrees today, I'm talking to you. You have just set your foot on the last step of the ladder. Go up the ladder, climb higher, go to higher echelons, and we will welcome you back. When you come back to do your postgraduate studies, just know we are here to support you. Because WSU is in a journey to develop its own. Push harder and continue climbing. And if, as and when we are done, we will then go back and say, look at the product that we have produced. We are proud of what we have done. So I might be saying to you, sitting where you are, I'm sure you are thinking and saying to yourself, is it real? Is it me who's graduating today? Do you know that feeling? Where you are not sure whether it's you or you feel like it's when you came, when you completed your matric. It is real. Pinch yourself and make sure that yes, it is real. It's you. You've made it. Maybe your background did not allow you to be where you are today, but look at yourself. And don't ever allow your background to stop you from achieving what you want. Then you say to yourself, now after this, how do I face the world? I'm saying to you, you have qualified. You have made it against all odds. Go out and shine. Don't be afraid of anything. Use those challenges that you will meet on the way as your stepping stones, and you'll go places that you'll never think of in your life. I know it took your dedication, your hard work, your resilience, and your commitment to be where you are today. And I'm standing here as your mother, on behalf of the real mother, Professor Songa, to say to you, well done. Go out and show the world what you're made of. And make sure that when we stay and know what you have done, we celebrate you, but don't stay there for a long time. Don't stay in celebration, because your celebration can steal your opportunity for growth. You know, winners celebrate for a very short period and look at another challenge and grab the challenge with their two hands and move on. Spend more time planning your future. Ask yourself, what is my next step? Where do I go from here? After this celebration today, spend your weekend thinking about your future. Don't be a victim of circumstances. Make sure that you become a victor. The fact that you have made it thus far is an indication that you can do better. Therefore, apply for opportunities that might come along your way. And remember, it's only when you make a move that you'll get something. Do not sit in one place hoping that help will come from somewhere. Go out fearlessly. Look out for opportunities. And I'm saying today to you, congratulations. Well done. We are proud of what you have done. And I want to say to the family, congratulations for the fact that you have produced them to be where they are today. I hope you will enjoy the fruits of your labor. You have labored, you have suffered to make them where they are today. And as I conclude, I want to say to you, enjoy the function. Relax. Rejoice. Celebrate with us the African way. And as we celebrate as Africans, we know we celebrate for a short period, ululate for a short period, give each other chance so that we can hear the names as they are read. Let's not disrupt the function. We celebrate as Africans, but don't disrupt. Let's also put our phones on silence and make sure that we enjoy together. We have, as Walter Sisulu, we have given your family an opportunity to celebrate their achievement. Now, as I stand here, I will defend you and say, if you can't afford a party at home, at least we have a party here. And on that note, celebrate. I see we have 3 doctorates, doctoral candidates who will be passing the stage. We are honored. Can we give them a round of applause? Thank you.
Madam Acting Vice-Chancellor, I hereby declare that the candidates whose names appear on your program have duly satisfied all the requirements, and I have the honor to request that they be presented to you for the conferring of degrees and awarding of diplomas and certificates in the respective instructional programs.
Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the candidates whose names appear on the program received the National Diploma in Analytical Chemistry. Bacela Papama. Bantwini Kolosani. Lingwe Yamkela. Fikiso Khanyiso. Foto Nqobile. Koniwe Mlungiseleli. Keza Sinesethu. Hlwele Esther Mveliso. Khahla Mpho. Klein Boy Lisakhanya. Langa Siphelele. Okay. Leqela ribabaletswe. Madwansi Philasande. Magibi Andisiwe. Mandindi Mona Lisa. Manco Luyanda Simphiwe. Maqebula Khuselwa. Mathiso Siphosethu. Mbenenge Zinathi. Milisi Sinokholo. Mlamla Athengosi. Nzinjana Emihle Aviwe. Jikelana Nikinzolo. Nogada Mvuyisi. Nombasa Zonke. Noche Unathi. Paul Khanyiso. Selela Sebeletso ne? Shusha Sinovuyo. Sibanda Bridget Dombizodo. Chuchane Lakeni Samabhala. Tutu Yanga. Voyiya Okuhle. Building. Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the candidates whose names appear on the program receive the National Diploma Building. Buso Onke Siseko. Jokota Chongunzi. Dudumashe Zikhona. Yini Siviwe Arnold. Matola Maskole. Jamba Philile Roy. Mphathwa Yamkela. Ntengwane Sinaye. Ndaba Esethu. Ngwabeni Mawande. Njenjani Sanel. Kanjeni Mveleli. Nogaka Lukhanya. Khangana Sikelelo. Sibonda Mzomhle. Siphambo Zandisile. Siwa Unde. Skenjani Simpiwe. Songa Athi. Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the candidates whose names appear on the program receive the National Diploma consumer science, food and nutrition. Didiza Kwaita, Mbika Shafiki, Gaichana Lwando, Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the candidates whose names appear on the program received the National Diploma Engineering Civil. Cekiso Luxolo. Welcome. Shadi Puloko. Kulash and Tlonipo. Gertz Clint Clifford. Kongo Esetu. Kongwana Unathi. Kwebityala Zukile. Hlathi Andisiwe. Jobo Mziyanda. Jojo Kamvalethu. Vacha Siyabulela. Joyini Siphumzo. Kanise Nontsikelelo. Kasa Asavela. Kenke Bongumusa. Kwezi Siyavuya. La Genge Ncumisa. Lucia Emihle. Madala Kamvelihle Sifiso. Mafa Zizipho. Mageza Zesipho. Malusi Mokwana. Mancam aphiwe. Mandla Bonga. Mankangeni Sizakele. Mathola Bulelani. Mathole Linda. Machini Yandisa. Mazinyo Linda. Mbiza Mlamleli. Mbozani Dylan Abongile. Kenuka Yanga. Mbozani Lisa. Tunukelwa Masixole afikile. Lilo onke. Thikaka siyamthanda. Tyenene Lungelo. Zileni Avuza. Ngathi zimkhitha. Ngobo Thabiso Triumph. Ngendi Andisiwe. Ngotyana Masonwabe. Njani Cubeko. Njaha Bongiswa. Noludwe Anelisa. Noqala Sithandile Michael. Nqunqa Siyabulela welcome. Hlanyana Sibuyekezo. Peter Sesona. Kongolwana Siphosandile. Gauzela Ambesa. Sangovana Sifiso hlala nathi. Sigobo Siqhamo. Sikwamba Ntombomzi. Siphala Simthembile. Sonjika Kholiswa. Chaka Jonguhlanga. Chisa Aluncedo Ayakha. Vimba Esihle. Zakuza Robert Nkonzo. Zenzile onke. Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the candidates whose names appear on the program received the National Diploma Engineering Electrical. Breakfast, Nelson's Buses. Pingos Pamandla. Dlamini Mthokozisi. Sikizolo Sivuyile. Kiu Lusanda. Gumzana Philasande. Alam Afrika. Anqa Masithembe. Jafta Anel.
Asibonge.
Kamte Phumezo. Madlebecha Lihle. Madubula Wekhaya. Magadla Siyanda. Mantshwanti Zolani. Manxiwa. Manxiwa Winnie. Makokolo Winfred. Makume Tobin. Matyumza Khonaye. Mbozani, Thobisa, Bevile. Mgweba asithandile. Mhlungu Zonabiso Delani. Molemo Tshepiso. Nkulo Siseko. Mkhokho Wandisiwe. Ntolo Andiswa. Mvangeli Lwanele. Mvango Nonsingiselo. Ngwezeni Mfundisi. Jaupa Mohale John. Ncwane Lufefe. Ngazele Phoshiya zibe nathi. Nkuntsula Bukiwe. Nobhula Ezini. Nodada Chuma Msekeli. Hlabathi Mzukisi. Phakamile Luvo. Pasi Patrick. Khoto Lilian. Selela Puluho. Shasha Zikhona. Silwanyana onke. Sofika Sanelisiwe. Solani Khwezi. Thibane Lumanyano. Tikayo Lwando. Tobo Luzuko. Tofile Sazile Siyasanga. Chiki Sinethemba. Ucha Dumze. Zibuke Samkelisiwe. Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the candidates whose names appear on the program received the National Diploma Engineering Mechanical. Bandezi aphelele. Cele Spindile Cynthia. Dlamini Siyabonga Mkhuseni. Faketshane Yonwaba. Sanjwa Yamkela.
Amuhlanjwa.
Hlophe Siphamandla. Kabikeya Siyanda. Balele Anathi. Linyana Lundu. Luana Mpho. Mabe Yandisa. Mabinza Sindisiwe Zandiswa. Makosa Phumla. Mahlezana Zizipho. Majova Wonga. Onyathela Njongo. Machakeni Andiswa. Nkamko Siviwe. Jikeliso Thabile. Khabe Anelisiwe. Kenyane Samkele. Dunya. Bayipheli Sibusisiwe. Mpingithini Monde. Mbongo Mcebisi. Solongo Lukhanyile. Vandodwa Siphosethu. Ndawana Mthumzi. Nkohla Nolubabalo Janice. Kwengwana Yonela. Nondiya Ephraim Zusakhe. Nyafuthi Thobile. Qonga Phakamisa. Saba Lisedi. Sandi Timna. Skhwele Siyamthemba. Silayi Siviwe. Sitheni Siphenkosi. Sikhosana Thabo Semi. Sobamela Asiphe. Thathani Sihle. Theyi Nhlahla. Yalo Koslungi. Yaso Sithethelele. Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the candidates whose names appear on the program receive the National Diploma session. Chaya Sinalo. Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the candidates whose names appear on the program receive the National Diploma Fine Art. Mala Sivuyile Thando. Mkwena Khomotsi. Ngatha zikhona. Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the candidates whose names appear on the program receive the National Diploma Information Technology, specializing in software development. Ngongo Xolile. Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the candidates whose names appear on the program receive the National Diploma Information Technology, specializing in support services. Mankomo Khanya. Ngindana Mihle. Ncame Phumeza.
Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the candidates whose names appear in the program receive the National Diploma, Adult Basic Education and Training. Chauze Zamazulu. Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Education on the candidate whose name appears on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Nchai Ngali. Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Education on the candidate whose name appears on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Ngulunga Masibulele. Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Education, Further Education and Training, specializing in Economic and Management Science, on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Fundile Luzuko. Mzindlwa Sivuyile Lennox. Songwangwa Sigqibo. Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Education, Further Education and Training, specializing in Natural Sciences, on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Ngobela Siliziwe. Nkuhlu Kholisani.
Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Boy Sipoguhle, Busoshe Bonginkosi, Senamile Apelele, Kagela Esetu, Gladile Sandiso, Kalindaba Zizo, Harris Tsepo Joseph. Jingose Zenande, Kotelana Sipesande, Lianya Dineo, Majeke Asonele, Maketela Buimamelo, Maka Sanelisiwe, take the up. Malamlela Zizipo, Malindi Bayanda Oguhle, Manengela Lizo Ointanda, Makubela Namsha, Mazeka Lumka, Mbana Abulele, Mbele Lwanele, Mbewane Lwandisa, Mpungwa Tabisile, Dlalane Ritabile, Memani Siatemba. Mhloleni Luzuko, Mkhuzo Okuhle, Ngwabe Tozama Lucia, Mudise Koketso Emmanuel, Mokwakle Tidisen, Mpaxa Zukiswa, Mpongwana Sive Ziko, Mkhutshwa Iviwe, Nkokwana Senele, Msongelwa Luyanda Fillmore, Ndaba Zandile Wendy, Ndesi Luvo, Ngoyi Ncebakazi, Ncishe Okuhle Precious, Nikwe Sizakele, Jenene Siphamandla, Nkayi Ongeziwe, Nketho Zanele, Nkisimane Anathi, Nkohla Sethu, Nondonga Siviwe, Ntozakhe Zikho, Dozini liyabona. Nuba Nonati. Pokwana Sive. Rabuhume Puitelo. Rahlena Itumeleng. Ramota Tikaro. Rapita Bahulu. Sam Haugelo. Shosha Anati. Silangwe Sive. Siwela Sinethemba. Swana Bulelwa. Tolobisa Bulumko Benoni. Chambula Nolwazi. Vukapi Sisanda. Ulaba Nopisa. Yesa Buhle Judy. Zide Usivile. Zwakala Lona. No, she's written.
Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Laws on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Bahle Lutando Eza.
abameli bensuku zokugcina.
Bangani simbongile. Damane Bukhobenkosi. Dlamini Mkhuseli. Doko Xolokazi. Duku Zizipho Zikhona. Fuzile Silindokuhle. Gwaji Sikuyo. Jiholo Athenkosi. Khuzo Esethu. Linganiso Kuhle. Okay, ujonge phakathi. Magaba Ezile Zizipho Nomthandazo. Maphipha Lona Tamara. Mashiyi Yonela. Mbele Nkosivumile. Mbombo Babalwa. Mdletshe Sibangani Sithembiso. Mshumbela Philela. Ndesi Mihle. Ngenelwa Asinako. Ngesi Jennifer Zoleka. Nogwina Sinoxolo. Nongwangwa Zikhona. Ntintili Anelisa, Ntsele Lulamele, Nyathi Amana Alspeth Ntomzondi, Popoyi Xolisa, Qhakaza Sibongile, Sakabe Ayabulela, Semekazi Saphokazi Soso, Slangwe Unathi Naledi, Slwanyana Phathuxolo, Sizani Lusanda, Sukwana Danile, Tendenzong Longwem Priska, Thonjeni Inam, Tose Alungile Zizipho, Zulu Ayanda Noxolo, Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Social Science on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Tunukelo Asiphe, France Simvuyele,
Bongithuba.
Juda Ndumiso Sfiso, Mafumana Siphe, Maliwa Sphokazi Faith, Matanzima Ashere, Mjoli Slovuyo, Mpofana Ongeziwe, Msendwa Vuyekile, Nzende Zonke, Njwabululu Luyolo, Nomlala Sesethu, Nzulu Alungile, Kangaza Alungile, Sibiya Hlengiwe, Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Psychology on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Jafta Sophie Tembekile, Zazaza Thuma, Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Social Work on the candidates whose name appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Fulinzima Xolelwa, Maxozoma Siphumeze Sonwabise,
Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Advanced Diploma in Civil Engineering on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Makenuka nolubabalo Nikki. Mevana Ndiphiwe. Sambu Vuyisa. beke njani ayandiswa. Hoy Sabelo. Class Mandiluve. Mathandabuzo sonwabise. Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Technology, Engineering, Civil on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Ncedo Nozuko. Voisesethu. Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Technology, Engineering, Electrical on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Mamane Tabisa. Mankangu Pumeza. Ngubula Ongeziwe. Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Technology, Engineering, Mechanical on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Maxwele Ngcolekazi. Mayo Xolelwa Michelle. Somafu Mhlangabezi. Stofile Williams Zukelwa. Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Technology, Information Technology, Software Development on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Skenjani Pigolomzi.
Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the candidates whose names appear in the program receive the postgraduate certificate in education, further education and training. Diko Sinako. I'll treat like. Mpolweni, Portia. Cele, Stabile, pretty girl. Mabinda Nontombi.
Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Education Honors on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Biltane Babalwa, Makosa Bongiwe, Mpinda Okuhle, Babalwa Amanda, Nontanda Mpumzi Samuel, Songelwa Philiso, Onono Veronica Ntombizana, Masumba Sinovuyo, Ntia Noluthando Virginia, Sakhauli Andiswa, Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Education Honors, Educational Management and Policy on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Nzwanana Athini,
Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honors on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Duli Nolita Sibonisiwe. Vanda Nomajuta. Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Social Science Honors on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Jojo Ngumisa. Matikane Ntabeleng. Matiwane Yologazi. Mcetshwa Philela Inkosi. Nhlanhlanana Aphiwe. Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Master of Arts on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Mpunga Phakamile. The title of the dissertation, The Perceptions and Processes on Medical and Traditional Male Circumcision amongst the Xhosa and Sotho ethnic groups. The supervisors, Dr. N. Shapley and Professor E.N. Cishe. Mvango Nomfusi. Dissertation, investigating lexical competence of first-year students studying English for academic purposes at Walter Sisulu University. Supervisors, Professor T. Chisanga and Mr. L.C. Mulenga. Nondlobo Khuliswa. The title of the dissertation, The Effects of Substance Abuse on Human Health in Rural Areas of Nyandeni Local Municipality. The supervisor, Dr. N. Shapley. Ntung Peter Njugo.
Dissertation title, An Eco-Critical Reading of Selected Novels in African Literature. Supervisor, Professor S. Enongene. Zambe Simtembile, dissertation title, An Anthropological Study of Indigenous Intercropping and its Benefits in Rural Villages in Mbizana, Eastern Cape. Supervisors, Dr. K. H. Nila and Dr. M. D. V. Nakin. Madam Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Master of Laws on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Makosha Nolutando, dissertation, Protection of Communal Land Rights in Expropriation of Property in South Africa. The supervisor, Dr. P.T. Dunuse. Mbaleni Sikokele Mbono, dissertation, an examination of the constitutionality of criminal records in post-apartheid South Africa. Supervisors, Prof. O. Olowu. Is it just one? Mkogiswa Yamgela, dissertation title, The Powers of the South African Public Protector Pertaining to Remedial Actions. Supervisor, Dr. P.S. Masumbe. I will have to shake your hand. Don't run away, I'll have to shake your hand. No Tangala, no less Zibele. Dissertation, a right-based assessment of the Marikana killings, and this degree is being awarded cum laude, supervised by Dr. P.S. Masumbe. Krigani Sipogazi, dissertation title, The Role of the Judiciary in the Context of Separation of Powers in South Africa. The supervisor, Dr. P.S. Masumbe.
umzali kaSikaweni Andiswa aze phambili intela ngibeke
Excuse me, with all due respect, we request the parent for Sakauli Andiswa to please get outside to follow her child. Thank you. Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Master of Education on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Olombeni Nobuhle, dissertation title, Factors Influencing Learners in Discipline in Selected Primary Schools in OR Tambo Inland Education District. Supervisors, Dr. PZ Kobinga and Dr. AK Masha. Ngeleni Sipokazi, dissertation title, Vocabulary Knowledge as an Essential Variable in the English First Additional Language Process in Grade 10, a case study of a selected high school in the OR Tambo Inland District of Education. Supervisors, Dr. James Venene and Mrs. N. Matiso. Nokobo Ntokozo Kintosh, dissertation title, Parents' Socio-Economic Status as a Mediator of Correlation between Mathematics Self-Concept and Mathematics Achievement amongst Grade 9 learners in OR Tambo Inland Education District. Supervisor, Professor J.K. Alex. Skosana Chigo, dissertation title, Pre-Service Teachers' Understanding of Sectional Drawing Topics in Engineering Graphics and Design at One South African University. Supervisors, Dr. I. Kariana and Professor B.D. Bantwini. Madam Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Doctor of Education on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Baleni Zwelijongile Gaylord. Thesis title, The Effect of Academic Staff Development on Lecture Teaching Practices at a Historically Disadvantaged Institution, Lecturers' Perspectives. Supervisors, Dr. A. M. Buka, as well as Professor C. Ndebele. Citation: This study was undertaken at a comprehensive higher education institution in the Eastern Cape province of South Africa, examining lecturers' perspectives on the role of academic staff development in enhancing and uplifting lecturers' teaching practices and strategies to improve student learning. This study was premised on Karl Marx's critical theory, which advances empowerment, transformation, emancipation, contradiction, alienation, and domination, tenets that academic staff development also advocates. The population comprised those lecturers who attended academic staff development workshops as from 2015 to 2017 at the historically disadvantaged institutions. In line with the quanti-quali mixed explanatory sequential approach, data was collected first using questionnaires followed by interviews. The findings showed that the majority appreciated academic staff development as a career-changing experience as it grouped them in pedagogical content knowledge in addition to their disciplinary specialization. Due to the privileging of research hour teaching, ASD was seen as a waste of research time by some lecturers. Institutional environment constrains such a huge workloads, constraining departmental cultures, poor timing of ASD workshops, poor institutional communication about ASD activities, and lack of monitoring of implementing those skills were classified as hindrances. The study concludes that academic staff development must be comprehended and created inside a theoretical context that is contextually grounded. The study recommends compulsory ASD for all academics. This study contributes to the current higher education debate on academic development attempts to transform lecturers in the higher education sector to be university teachers through proposal of an academic staff development implementation model composed of 3 phases, namely pre-workshop phase, workshop phase, and post-workshop phase. The candidates demonstrated mastery of the current state of knowledge on academic staff development and pointed out some directions to explore in the future. Malindi Zwelivumile. Thesis title: The effects of code switching in learning and teaching of grade 6 mathematics in selected primary schools in OR Tambo Inland Education District. Supervisors: Dr. BZ Kobinga and Professor C. Ndebele. The study investigated the effects of code switching in learning and teaching of grade 6 mathematics in selected primary schools in OR Tambo Inland Education District. Using the case study design, participants purposefully and randomly selected were interviewed through focus groups to gather data using a semi-structured interview guide. Findings implied that code switching is inevitable in teaching learners whose first or mother tongue is not used as language of learning and teaching. The study recommended that the South African government should enforce the use of South African indigenous languages as languages of learning and teaching as espoused in policies. In addition, the South African community should be schooled on the value or impact of the use of mother tongue in education through mother tongue bilingual-based in education. The study provides a valuable contribution to the knowledge debate on teaching mathematics in multilingual classrooms, as most studies gleaned from the literature did not seem to link the issue of language, rurality, and disadvantage in the teaching and learning of mathematics. This research is particularly relevant in a country where the mother tongue is different from the teaching language in mathematics. The researcher demonstrated an ability to engage in critical thought in a thorough manner consistent with the characteristics of one who can rigorously ask and answer significant research questions. Nakin Rufinus Marumo. Thesis title: Factors affecting the involvement of Representative Council of Learners in governance of selected secondary schools in South Tshwane District of Gauteng Province. Supervisors Dr. BZ Kobinga and Professor Sindebele. Citation: This study investigated the factors affecting the involvement of Representative Council of Learners in the governance of secondary schools in South Tshwane District in Gauteng Province. The researcher used the qualitative research approach with case study research design. Interviews and observations were used to gather data from sampled learners and school governing body members. The findings of the study were lack of understanding of roles and responsibilities due to non-availability of requisite documents, exclusion of RCLs from some meetings and in key decision-making forums, poor relation between RCL members and the rest of the SGP, poor leadership competence due to lack of training, poor leadership competence due to inadequate term of office for RLCs and marginalization of RLCs due to culture biases. These factors impact negatively on learners as members of the SGP in the governance of schools. Even though RCLs are legally allowed to participate in SGPs, according to South African Schools Act promulgated in 1996, they are often not allowed to be fully involved in crucial decision-making by the adult members of the SGBs. Although legislation SASSA 1996 is prescriptive about the form of school governance and the role of the stakeholders, including the RCLs, there is still widely differing opinions about which areas and to what extent learners should be involved in school governance. The study recommends a re-examination of the effectiveness of the South African Schools Act in promoting inclusive governance in schools.
Gibela phezu kwendlu batshela umama uyajabula mangithwele isitha. Gibela phezu kwendlu batshela jabula mangithwele isithanga. Jabula mama, jabula mangithwele isithanga. Jabula mama, jabula mangithwele isithanga. Gibela phezu kwendlu batshela jabula mangithwele isithanga. Gibela phezu kwendlu batshela jabula mangithwele isithanga. Jabula mama, jabula mangithwele isithanga. Let me take this opportunity. Greet the acting Vice Chancellor, Deputy Vice Chancellor, IMC Council, Convocation, SRC members who are here, and greet the staff of the university, the support staff, and everyone who is here in this place, in the wonderful name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Most of all, I would love to greet the class of 2022 that is graduating today. Standing in front of you is Bathandwa Mangisa, who is the current institutional president of the SRC in Walter Sisulu University. Ndimi apha nje, ndima as a student leader to send a congratulatory message to you. At least it comes from a position of someone who is still a student, understanding very well the hardships that a student goes through uba azofikelela kule ndawo akuyo namhlanje, wearing this regalia that you are wearing. Ayondwana incinci, ayondlwana iyanetha. It takes a lot of courage and it takes a lot of positive attitude towards education, especially in an environment efana ne Walter Sisulu University that perpetually iyayichitha nala mdla ngamanye amaxesha ubana uqhubeke nencwadi, because the factors that you are facing around Walter Sisulu University, if ever we can be given an opportunity to talk about them, one wouldn't understand why we have made it this far, but you have made it. Walter Sisulu University is a historical disadvantaged university that whereby most of the students are whether funded by NSFAS and 100% dependent on NSFAS, or they are not funded at all. You'll find out these students, they are funded by NSFAS and other stakeholders doing their qualifications for 3 to 4 years. Without fail, they pass. And at the end of the day, they do not get their certificates. Whereas they have been funded by NSFAS during the course of their diplomas, degrees. You would ask yourself then, whereas a student is funded by NSFAS. And at some point you would see that the conscience does not speak of the fact that you need certificates so that you can be able to go to work. And you need a certificate so that you can be able to come and reimburse the same university that is withholding your certificate. Now, consistently so, I have been preaching this message on platforms of this nature and in meetings with the management, that it is high time now we take pride in our graduates, that we release certificates as the university kubantwana bamnyama, because this is depriving success. We should take note and appreciate the baby steps that esizbonayo, because in the recent 3 weeks, students have been topped up amatyala wabo and they have got certificates zabo, which speaks to growth, because consistency is the mother of growth. We understand that there are some other students up to this far bengakafumani certificates zabo. As I've stood before and standing here namhlanje, I guarantee that iWalter Sisulu University has made isibhambathiso sokuba it will assist in releasing its certificates. And nathi ngokuncedisa ke institutional SRC, we are having programs that are coming that are going to assist in alleviating the historical debts of its students without brackets indobana lona utheni, but kulowo sikwazi ukufikelela kuye, we are going to reach and we are going to clear your debts and you are going to get your certificates. Londo leyo ke, it cannot happen not unless the university is working hand in hand with us, because a harmonized relationship with the management will make this possible. Ndizawuhlala phansi. For us to attain these certificates zethu ke, it will mean that as this generation we are economically emancipated, because the minute we acquire we find the certificates zethu, it means we are able to go and compete in the workspace and make it a point that we dominate and be dominant in the workspace. And make it a point that ekusebenzeni kwethu, we do not shun the fact that education ayigugelwa. Education doesn't end on your diploma level, bachelor's degree, honors level. The world out there is in need. In fact, Africa is in need of African researchers. And most of those people bazosuka ku universities ezifana neWalter Sisulu University, because iWalter Sisulu University identifies itself as an African university. So the epicenter of knowledge, the epicenter yenkcuba buchopho, it is none other than iWalter Sisulu University. And for Walter Sisulu University to produce such caliber of people, it needs us to pursue education and pursue excellence. Ndivala, I would love to congratulate you, because ukufika kwenu apa, it's not only on your powers, but kuko abazali who are sitting there that have invested amandla wabo in you, so that namhlanje you look this beautiful. And you don't just look beautiful phambi kwabo, you reimburse, ubuyekeze amandla wabo. During the day kukhona umama bethetha apha, umntwana wakhe graduate wathi yabuya imali yami. Yanga ke mama notata ungazingombe esifubeni, ngoba iyabuya imali yakho. Obehlala egalini uyaphuma egalini. Obekade thandazela imoto uyayifumana, ngoba unyana wakhe sisifundiswa namhlanje, sisithwalandwe. Yake ngalo mazwi uThixo anikhusele, afezekise yonke iminqono yenu. Amen.
Madam Vice Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, I want to begin by making a quotation from one of the closer poets, which I think expresses properly what has happened over the past couple of years to date. I can't recall his name, though, but I recall the content of his poetry. He says, Mazolwandle vumbuluka, undikhaphe, undiweze, ndingxamile, ndithunyiwe, ndiya kwelo lizwe linezinto, ndithwele izinxibamxhaka, andiyazi nale hambo, ubunzulu bolulwandle, mazolwandle ndithembise, impama yakho ndiyayazi, kwizidlele undiqhwaba, mazolwandle ndixolele. This is a poetry that I studied in grade 12 in 2001, 2, and 3 when I was doing my grade 12. One of the lessons that I learned from this poem was that this was the prayer, because when you're going to drive a ship to long places, you need the tidal waves to propel you. But you also need the tidal waves to keep steady so that the problems don't occur in the middle of the sea. What has happened over the past 4 years in your lives is precisely that. You were in that ship going to places. You have now arrived, but not yet, because you know what happened to Titanic. So you have arrived, but not yet. As Convocation, we want to welcome you and say to you that there is a task ahead. And that task is a difficult one. The most difficult task is not to study. The difficult task is what to do with it after you have studied. The country in which we all live has an unemployment rate in an expanded form of 45%. What that means is that for every 10 people, close to 5 of them are not employed. But when one person gets a job, about 4 people in a family benefit. This is the world that we live in. Globally, half of the world's population, which is 7 billion people across the planet, live in poverty. An African lives under $2 a day. That's roughly less than 40 rands or so. What that means is that it's becoming difficult and more difficult to solve social problems, particularly the problem of poverty. The question is, what has gone wrong? The answer is, we have a profession that is tasked with a big task, the task of developing and nurturing young people and transform them into individuals who can be capable of going beyond having a certificate, having people who do not graduate tomorrow and be found in the robot begging for a job. Something has fundamentally gone wrong in our education system. It needs us, but more importantly, I want to talk to teachers for a little while. It needs teachers. I myself am a teacher by profession. You know, I see my professors here, my doctors, the ones that made me. Thank you very much. The other one also helped me get a learnership. She sits there today. And we fought about different things, but I think she loves me regardless. So our task as teachers, kukuba xa sikwezi zikolo, sifundise abantwana bezwe lase-Afrika, sibafundisele ukuzimela, sibafundise ukuphila, sibafundise ukuziphilela, sibafundise ukuphilisana, sibafundise ukuncedisana, sibafundise into yokuba ilizwe le-competition alizisi impumelelo mntwini. Ilizwe elizisa impumelelo lilizwe labantu abasebenzisanayo, ababambeneyo, impumelelo yomnye eyimpumelelo nakomnye. Yiyo ke le nto uxanduva olukhulu lweetishala ayikokufundisa nje umntwana uabacada efaka ijakalamana uparha saqata uva waxayaza. Kukufundisa umntana ukuba uya kuba njani na, leliphi na igalelo ekufuneka ulenzile kwizwe lakowenu. Kaloku uthi uSobukwe, imfundo ithetha ukuzisa iinkonzo ebantwini bakuthi. Athi ke kuyo nayo nayiphi na indawo okuyo, kuloo ndawo okuyo thatha inxaxheba uzibandakanye nabantu, ulungise iimeko zokuphila kokuhlala kwabantu. Inkululeko ke isesandleni sootishala kuba bona ngabo aboluleka abantwana beli lizwe. Ootishala ke basisipili selizwe esizawuba nalo ngomso. That is why it's important for teachers in particular to reflect the highest form of ethic and discipline and honesty and truthfulness. I advise you, my fellow teachers, because you are now my fellow teachers, as you are my fellow convocants, to take your time and read a book written in 1971 by a Brazilian revolutionary called Paulo Freire, The Pedagogy of the Oppressed. He talks about some of the important models of teaching, some of the important principles of teaching. One of those principles, Madam Vice-Chancellor, is the principle of emancipation, the principle of what he calls the didactic principle of dialogue. What he says, no amount of education can happen without a dialogue. He also tries to de-hierarchize the structure of teaching, to ensure that the teacher is equal to the student, for she can learn as much as the learner can teach to the teacher becoming the teacher and the learner the teacher. I want to talk to also engineers. The world in which we live, zinjineli zagowetu, linzima. Injineli zafundela ukwenza zonke izinto ezinhle ebomini bethu. Kodwa izinto ezinhle abantu bakuthi baphulukana nemisebenzi kuba iinhliziyo zezinjineli izinhliziyo zokwenza ingeniso, ayizonhliziyo zokuphucula isizwe sakowethu. Uxanduva lenu ke nina zinjineli lolokuba kuthweni, kukuthina ukuba sixakane nomcimbi wamanzi nikhona, kukuthina ukuba sixakane nomcimbi wakwa-Eskom nikhona, kunqabe amalahle yinina kwizwe loba wethu kodwa nikhona. Khe ndava ngenyimeni kuthiwe amalahle ebemanzi, ndathi bekungekho namazinki na niwegqume lamalahle angabikho manzi ukwenzela uba angacimi umbane, kodwa hayi amazinki amke nomoya. Engineers have a responsibility, and that responsibility is to see to it that as the world progresses in terms of science and technology, we humanize the world. Because science and technology is supposed to free, according to Karl Marx at least, the labor, the hands. It's supposed to free the hands. It's supposed to give us leisure and time for freedom. But what science and technology has done has to ruin societies, our lives. Our responsibility as engineers is to humanize the world. Again, this is Paulo Freire talking about humanization of the world. He says that those who are dehumanizers know nothing about humanization, but those who are dehumanized know more about what it would mean to humanize the world. And it is us, the African people, who must humanize the world. So our task as engineers is to humanize the world. The robotization and digitization has made us cynical. It has displaced workers. There have been layoffs. Abantu bephulukana nemisebenzi kuba kuqeshwe oomatshini. Xa ufika kwi-ATM yase-Standard Bank ufike kungekho mntu, kume umtshini akuxelela uba uzayikhupha njani imali. AmaChina seweqalile, xa ungena kwiihotele zawo ufike kukho ii-robots, uthenga erobhothini, akho nethela kuba kuthiwa ithela ayitoyitoyi. So our responsibility as engineers is to humanize the world. My final point, and I will sit down. As convocants, you have a responsibility, my dear colleagues, esteemed now. You have the responsibility to preserve the image of WSU. If you don't preserve the image of WSU, you destroy your own image. The things that you say about WSU, people will judge you and WSU at the same time. So your task is also to be an ambassador who represents the image of WSU. So I've been a graduate also, so I know the meaning of certain hands, and I'm going to sit down. But I want to emphasize this very important point. Bear with me, because this point is very important. The image of Walter Sisulu University affects whether you get a job tomorrow or not. If you conduct yourself in a particular way in public spaces, you are telling the world what you are and what Walter Sisulu is. You are closing doors both for yourself and for those that you care about. So we have to respect the image of the institution. Convocants, I should like to welcome you to convocation. You are now part of the family. Thank you.
Okwam nje, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, kukwenza ilizwi lombulelo, to propose a vote of thanks. Tata Umfundisi, siyabulela, the word of hope. You opened this gathering with the word of hope, and I could see it was trending right through in the messages. We would like to acknowledge Dr. Mantashe, the council. Please do pass those words to the council, that we really appreciate that they are always with us to give us a guidance, to support us as the management, and also to the convocation. When the students ziphuma kuthi as a university, at least in terms of the support, niyabaganga outside, in terms of assisting them as we go forward, we really appreciate that. To the three-way partnership that we have always been having, Sithi siyabulela University, the leadership of Professor Songa, to the management, to the academics, to the staff as a whole. The message that is coming from the acting Vice Chancellor was very clear, that we have all have got journey to the future. We all have appointment with destiny. Let us work towards that. Kubazali, siyabulela for trusting us with your children during their term. Yes, I would appreciate if you can give them a round of applause. And also for honoring this event. To the guardians, to the business people who have joined us, we really appreciate the work that you are doing, and would love to appeal to you to continue supporting this university. To the main stakeholder, the student, under the leadership of the president. Siyabulela, President. Uyithethe yacaca into yobana gibela phezu kwendlu mntanam ubatshele umama uyejabula xa uthwele isitanga. That was the message of hope, that from now onwards there is that element of hope. Siyabulela to the organizers of the event. Thank you very much for putting such a good show. To the choir for enhancing our memories with your melodies. We really appreciate that. Acting Vice Chancellor, just allow me to make just 2-3 announcements as we move. Number one, the guests are welcome to refreshments in the following venue. It is in the Executive Dining Hall. I would request now the congregation to rise and join in the singing of the national anthem that will be led by the choir. And I also request the congregation remain standing until the academic procession has left the hall.
by virtue of the power vested in me as the acting Vice Chancellor, I also award the qualifications in absentia to those students not present. I hereby dissolve this congregation of Walter Sisulu University.
Bazali, kukho umzali oshiye iwallet yakhe next to the choir.